to kick it off, give us a fun or funny story, whether it's an interaction in the State House or something that happened here at the Christian Civic League or in a church. Just give us a fun or funny story, one that makes you laugh still today as you think back on it from the last 15 years.
Thankfully, you prepared me for this, and there have been several very humbling and some very funny experiences. But the first one that comes to mind was when the first time we were trying to do the wrongful death bill, very serious bill, and a representative had not committed one way or the other. It was going to be a very close vote. So I asked, it was at that time an independent Representative Owen Casas in the halls how he was going to vote. And he told me, he said, Carol, I haven't heard from your people. I'm only hearing from Planned Parenthood. So I had my wife send out an email that morning to folks down in that neck of the woods, the Camden area, I guess, and saying, hey, Representative Casas hasn't heard from us. We need to hear. Well, that night when I was driving home, Terry called me and said, you got an email from a pastor, and that pastor said that your email wasn't accurate because at least 5 pastors have reached out to Representative Casas. So I'm driving, probably not following the law as well as I should, but I did use voice activation to respond to this pastor in an email just saying, perhaps, thank you. We want to always be accurate, absolutely. So thank you for pointing this out. And perhaps we should have said, Representative Casas says that he hasn't heard from us. And that would probably been a better way to say it. Didn't think anything of it, went to bed, woke up the next morning, and Terry comes out, and while I'm getting up, she's always up before I am, and said, how well do you know this pastor, so-and-so? And I go, well, I've met him before. And she goes, well, I'm just kind of surprised the language that you used. And I go, what are you talking about? And she hands me the phone. And in my response, what I thought was, we sort of said, Representative Casas says he's not hearing, unfortunately translated to a very vulgar delineation of his name. And I was horrified. This wasn't someone I knew. It was someone, even in my worst days, it just was not part of my vernacular to say something like that. So I asked him to call me right away. Well, he didn't call me until I got back to the office, and I finally got a hold of him. And he just said, well, Carol, I'll catch you some slack. And he told me about a very funny story that happened to him when he was actually responding to someone in his congregation. But it was always make sure you double check what you're saying with your voice activation. But